What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb, Korea edition, live from the Collab Asia studios. Anytime I'm visiting Korea, I like to squeeze in a few podcast episodes, and Collab Asia here allows me to use the studio. And I'd like to bring together a lot of interesting friends doing some cool stuff out here in Seoul, including my most visited guest on my podcast.
How many?
This might be the 6th episode you've been on,
Bro,
Jay.
I'm probably the busiest guy you know, but it's like the most accessible. It's kind of weird. It's
That's
fucking,
the beauty of you,
bro.
man.
It's fucking weird. It's weird.
That's the thing. If you've ever can't do something for me, it's okay. I would be shocked though. I would be shocked.
No, I have time today. I don't know. It's weird.
He's pulled through for me, whether he's under the weather, which he is a little bit right now, and he's running a label. You know, he's working on his own music. He has his new single out. I believe he started an OnlyFans. Multiple different things.
Bags.
Mr. J Park, my
Yes,
favorite
sir.
person
Yes,
in Korea.
sir. Yes, sir. Hello. Fun with Dumb. Good to see you again. It's been, what, a couple years?
It's only been a few months since you've been on the show.
Oh, has it? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
All right.
And of course, this is a brand new friend. I've seen him on my algorithm for the past year or two, popping up, and it kind of gives me a glimpse into Korean youth culture, what people are talking about on the streets, what people like, what shows they like, what type of music are they listening to, how they're dressed. He's out in the streets of Hongdae doing man on the street interviews. His name is Jerry, and he goes by K Explorer.
Outside.
And he speaks better Korean than both of us here combined.
Definitely 100%.
How are you doing, Jerry?
No, I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me.
You got a very smooth voice. I think people, when they hear this voice right now, it might like spark like a memory of them maybe coming across your content, you know, because that voice is kind of iconic to the content.
Is it?
Yeah, right
But
there.
also, I was saying before, it's like people are used to seeing your face in profile from the side and like looking at you straight on. I guess they'll probably be seeing you in profile too. Maybe turn to the side and then people will recognize you.
Okay. Yeah, there are multiple cameras, so yeah.
Well, I think first and foremost, people seeing your content and being in Korea, they notice that you're not Korean. And where are you from?
I am from Nigeria
Nigeria?
Yeah.
And you've been here?
for 7 years now.
And when you came here for the first time, you did not speak any Korean?
No. But I knew about the Korean culture, but like I did not speak any Korean.
What compelled you to come to Korea?
Oh no, I just got like a free scholarship like from the government. So that was why.
Oh.
There could have been anywhere.
Yeah.
You could have been the J Explorer. Like they could have sent you to Japan and you're the J Explorer.
Also, there was no like
Exactly.
pre-interest in Korea. It just happened to be the country that...
Oh no, like my mother actually, like she was into Korean dramas.
Mm.
So I mean, like I just naturally joined her to like, watch dramas. But I knew about kimchi and like those stuff, ramen. But that was about it. I knew about Samsung though, because like I wanted to work at Samsung.
Mm.
So when I came to Korea, like my goal was to like work at Samsung. So I had that goal like from back home.
Oh, wow. Like electronics?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And wait, so you went to college here, and did you major in, would it be engineering or what would it
Exactly.
be?
Software
Okay.
engineering.
Okay.
So coding. Yeah.
So how did you make the pivot to become a content creator from going to university?
Right. So I had a lot of time.
Mhm.
And I back in the days, like I watched a lot of, like man on the street and like interviews. Can I drop names?
Was it Asian Boss? Maybe.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Asian Boss. So like they inspired me, like a lot. And I was like, okay, fine, sure. Like, how can I do something like similar to them? Because like I had a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I started with K-pop content.
Mhm.
Yeah, like doing stream interviews like with K-pop. So it's like, okay, who's your favorite, like K-pop artist, the most beautiful, all that stuff. Performed well. Like I had
Yeah.
a great run with that for like 5 years.
It
Yeah.
seems like from what I've seen with you going up to people, like a lot of people are willing to kind of share their thoughts on things. Is that your natural, or is there a lot of
But
like,
also, you're only seeing the people who
No, he be
answer.
dressing hella fly, bro.
I know.
Bro, you be dressing fucking
Yeah.
fly, bro.
Oh no, come on.
yeah, you're like,
Well,
trying
because
to
you're in
act like-
fashion too, right? You
I
model
do.
and stuff.
Yeah,
Wait,
I do. Yeah.
You model?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
So,
why. I was like, damn, this guy looks fly.
I mean, like, hey,
He's
coming
not
from
a-
you, man. Come
No,
from you.
no,
he's
Means
not a
lot,
regular
means a lot.
man on the streets. He's a model on the streets.
Facts.
No, means a lot. But
Yeah.
yeah.
This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc. Have you guys found it to be a hassle to find a good doctor? Sometimes I've gotten sick and I had to rough through it probably longer than I had to because I want to avoid finding a doctor near me, calling them, see if the insurance is in a network. The whole thing is a hassle. It's so crazy that you can find a restaurant nearby that has high reviews, go through their reviews, get a reservation within minutes. But when it comes to a doctor, it has to be such a hassle. Well, you don't have to deal with that anymore because there's ZocDoc. ZocDoc has thousands of top-rated doctors, and also they're listed with verified patient reviews, so you can find and book a doctor who not only has years of experience and an actual medical degree, but also gets you. ZocDoc is a free app where you can find amazing doctors and book appointments online. We're talking about booking appointments with thousands of top-rated patient-reviewed doctors and specialists. You can filter specifically for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and treat almost any condition you're searching for. Go to ZocDoc.com/dumb, D-U-M-B, and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/dumb, ZocDoc.com/dumb, D-U-M-B. Did everything go smoothly from the jump, or were people hesitant to talk to you?
Oh no, people are still like very hesitant to like talk to me like on the street nowadays.
Yeah.
It's I feel like it's more so like a Korean thing because like you have a lot of cults on the streets. It's like-
Cults?
yeah. And I don't know, just some very random, a lot of random people on the street. So it's like you as a content creator like on the street, it's like they wouldn't know like you're
Right.
like a content creator like if they don't see your camera.
The
So it's
original
like-
man on the street interviews, cults. Yeah.
No,
They
because-
are- no,
no, what he's saying is there's a lot of people on the street trying to get you to join a cult,
Yeah,
right,
or,
yeah.
or whatever it may be. So it's like they don't know like what he's about, so they might be kind of cautious when he approaches them.
Yeah.
But then he
Right.
sees how fly he's dressed, and they're like, "All right, I'll do the interviews, sir."
That's the flyest cult member I've seen.
Let's sign me up.
Yeah, I love the content. It's so interesting to see people's perspectives, like who they know, who they don't know. Like, share some of the most like interesting interviews you've had, or things that kind of threw you off. Like, is there any answers or anything?
Yeah, no, appreciate like for I don't know gassing me up, I guess. But yeah, thank you. But I would say like for me, like whenever I go like to the street and ask people like questions, I listen to them, but like after you're done, like what they say, like I forget it. So that way, like I don't have like a bias, like
Yeah.
towards like one's answer. So I can't be having opinions on the street for me though personally. So that way, like I don't fight with people.
Wait, so how do you come up with the questions though, like that you ask, like, how do you come up like what you're gonna ask today? You just have like a producer that you do it with, or you just
Oh no, like I do my research before I go out. So take for instance today, let's say I want to talk about why Korean men are the tallest in Southeast Asia.
Oh,
Is that
Oh,
right?
sorry, East Asia.
East Asia,
East Asia.
So, research-wise,
Yeah.
Korean men are the tallest in
Oh yeah.
East Asians.
But it's
Oh,
it
damn.
is like it's quick Google search. But I'm very sure everybody is gonna come at me and no, like if you go to North China, it's like bro, no, nobody's going to North China.
Yeah.
It's like China, Japan, Korea. That's
maybe
about
on
it.
average. You're talking about average height, probably.
Average, Korean men are little like quick Google search. Quick Google search 175.
They're drinking that banana milk.
It's a
That's what it
generational
is.
thing.
No, well, so the thing is, so back like 50, 60 years ago, I think since a lot of Koreans were malnutritioned, they didn't grow as big.
Right.
So like my dad is like 6'1" or 6 foot, right? And so he was always the tallest kid in his class. And now, since we have trainees, right? We have trainees that are like born in 2005, 2006, 2007. They're all taller than me. They're all like
Yeah.
like 5'9", 5'10". So I think the average height definitely did. I kind of got the short end of the stick. Damn it, but
Didn't
like,
hurt you.
my brother is tall. He's like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah,
My
he is
dad's
tall,
tall,
yeah.
but me, I don't know. I think I'm like my mom, so I'm like 5'7". So
We're still, I mean, it could be worse. I mean, I'm not that. Shout out to my short kings. Shout out to my short kings.
Dumb.
Nothing wrong with being short.
Do you know
we
your-
here, we here.
Do you know your height in centimeters?
I like to push for 5'10".
Centimeters.
So like so like pekchishi
I don't do
178,
centimeters,
9.
bro. I don't do
I mean,
centimeters.
that's what you would have to say here. They go by
Oh, they go by
centimeters.
centimeters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Centimeters and kilos.
I'm
Yeah.
American, all right? I am a purebred American.
Jerry, is there like a certain strip that you frequent for the men on the street interviews, like a certain neighborhood?
Hongdae, just as you said, Johnny, it's like just the easiest to get like people to do the interviews. But I tend to try to go to like other very cool areas like Seongsu.
Songsu.
Yeah, Seongsu, you have like a lot of cool people there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
And by now, people probably recognize you too now, a
No,
little
no,
bit at least, right?
No, not that much,
Really?
honestly. No,
No.
no, I'm just kidding. Just like, a very few. A very few.
Yeah.
He's very, very modest and humble over here.
No,
Very modest and
it's
humble.
just, yeah.
How were when you first moved to Korea from Nigeria? How were those early months and years like adjusting? Was it
Beautiful.
a big culture shock, or was it what you expected?
First of all, like I did not have any, like preconceived notions about Korea
Mm.
coming here. I was just excited to like leave the country because like ever since I was literally like a kid, I wanted to like leave my country. So my parents literally like knew that, and they were like, okay, how about you go to university like in Nigeria, graduate, and then do your masters outside? I was like, no. So after getting like the scholarship from like the Korean government, I did my research. I went on the internet. I just
They're like, what do you want to be
yeah.
when you grow up? I want to leave the country.
Oh yeah, 100. No, that was just that was my goal and dream. So yeah,
We were talking about this earlier because I also have like a lot of Nigerian friends in LA that are comedians and they talk about their culture a lot on the stage and they do the accent and we're familiar with like the Nigerian accent, but they talk a lot about their their family and their parents. And it sounds very similar to like the Asian parent dynamic, right? The strictness and the focus on education.
right, 100%. But I would say my parents are more laxed.
Mm.
They're very very lenient with us. Like my mother, God bless that woman. She really trained us like so hard, like at a very young age, in terms of like elementary school up to secondary school. Like that was when she was like, "Oh my God, do this." But I think after graduating, like high school, towards more okay, like you're an adult now. Do you? I'll guide you like with that. So like that's something I'm actually pretty grateful for.
Mm.
Yeah. How are your parents though, Jay? I'm very curious.
My parents are good. I think when I was younger, definitely, I think all Asian parents want you to become a doctor or lawyer, and so they and especially since out here, doing all the tutoring after school for like 6-7 hours studying till like the late hours of like 1 a.m. 2 a.m. That culture, they try to bring that over to the US, right? And they try to kind of instill it in us, but it doesn't really work too much on American kids, I feel, just because like Americans, they're a little bit more spoiled, entitled, etc. So
That's illegal. You know what I mean? Kids be like smart as hell like that.
you can't hit me, mom. We'll call the cops. No, but yeah, I mean, so basically, yeah, obviously they want to become doctor or lawyer. I got okay grades till middle school, and then once I started in high school, I started getting into breakdancing and music and stuff like that. That's when I started skipping school. And yeah, I don't know. I think they tried to push strictness and instill it in us, but it didn't work as they planned.
They plan. Okay.
I do
Yeah.
feel like they go the opposite way too sometimes. Like the way they grew up and the strictness they experience, they're like, no, we got to go easier on our kids sometimes. I've heard my mom kind of do that to me. Talk about like, she didn't like the Korean way of disciplinary action. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, she'll talk shit sometimes. Like, you know how Korean people be talking, like, and she'll like talk down about that culture sometimes. You know?
I mean, for me, it's like they tried, but it's they had their own stuff that they're going through. And also, I don't know. It's just like my uncle and my cousins. All my cousins are all doctors and like lawyers and stuff.
What a
like
bunch
that,
of
yeah.
losers.
They're like like orthopedic. What is it? The
Orthodontist?
orthodontist,
Yeah.
oral surgeon.
Yeah.
Oral
yeah.
surgeon, or like a doctor or nurse, or et cetera, et cetera. But it's just me and my brother.
So you guys are like the tyrants of the family.
Yeah,
I'm
but
kidding.
but thankfully it kind of worked out.
Right.
At first, very worried that we were going to become homeless, but thankfully stuff worked out, right? So
I mean, come on, like everybody like in the world knows J Park.
I appreciate
I'm
you.
pretty
brother.
sure like I'm not dislike to your other friends, but like the ones that are like doctors, they're saving lives. Come on, but like
No, for
it's-
sure.
Well, let me ask you on any of your man on the street questions. Is there anything related to Jay that you've asked?
No, but like earlier on, like meeting him right now, like I plan on doing something like regarding
Oh
Jay,
shit!
like in the
Yeah,
future.
maybe we could collab, bro. You know that thing
Ooh.
where like
I would like that.
like either 50 Cent or like it was I think it was Jimmy Kimmel or something like that. They asked people on the street like, "What do you think about Mike Tyson or
And then
50
he just
Cent?"
pops
Oh,
up.
you're
Just
standing,
pops up,
standing
yeah.
behind them.
Yeah. And then they just come out like, and I'm just like,
The guy's like, yeah, Jay is trash, man. I hate that dude,
Yo,
bro.
that would be amazing.
That you should do that. I feel like
That
I haven't
would be
seen that
ama-
in Korea.
Yeah, it
you know what I
hasn't
mean.
happened in Korea. I mean,
I doubt the Koreans will trash you though.
"Oh, I mean, you never know." They're like, "Oh, he's just the OnlyFans model now."
not necessarily like I'm pretty sure it's more so like the way you actually like put the questions. Because
Yeah.
I found out like when interviewing Koreans to like really get them talking, it's more so the way you really twist the question. Okay, like what's your favorite food? Like okay, kimchi. And okay, why is kimchi your favorite food? They'll be like, I don't know, because everybody likes kimchi. Oh, okay, now that is what you're saying. So like the person is not like open to talking about food or kimchi. You could literally like see that interest, and then you switch to okay, why is kimchi the most consumed food in Korea? Okay,
Right.
now down like it builds up the conversation.
yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure.
Like based on some of your interviews over the past year or so, like what do you find young people are most concerned about or most interested in talking about? Is it money or relationships? I mean, obviously you're asking them the questions, but what do you find them to be most generally vocal about or passionate about?
It's still something I'm really like doing a research about, but like based on the past videos I've made, definitely money
Money.
for the young people, because like everybody's complaining about like the high inflation and like the low pay, like the pay just been the same.
They're concerned about survival.
Yeah, right. And so it's mostly about like money. Yeah.
Money.
Do those posts perform when people like views wise, or is it more of the lighthearted stuff that performs
Oh,
better?
definitely more of the lighthearted stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, more like, well, I wouldn't say lighthearted. I feel like when it comes to Korea right now, it's more so people just want to see controversy. So it's like, okay, how many percentage of Koreans like have had plastic surgery? Oh my God.
Oh,
That
okay.
is, it goes wild. People go wild in the comments.
But the interesting thing about it is like, obviously in the comments and the netizen culture of cancellations, people are extreme online. But like the man on the street stuff, when they disagree with something, it's so nice. It's like, oh, 그렇게 안 좋은 것 같아요. Like that's the extent of like trashing something.
Right.
You know, and
Yeah.
so I don't know. It's completely two different sides of these people we're seeing. You know,
100%. But I would definitely say, it's just because of, I wouldn't say Korea is like its biggest problem. It's like you have K-pop where, of course, like you have Korean guys being, I think back in 2017, 2018, Jesus, everybody and their grandmother wants, like a Korean oppa. Like it's a thing. But over time, of course, like as more foreign women, came out to share their experience, like with, of course, like bad actors, that is like Koreans, it, like really gained a lot of traction. And now it's like, even if you ask like a very okay Korean guy a very simple question, are you open to like dating like foreign women, or let's say like which country women do you find attractive? And I mean, of course, like they'll probably, I don't know, give like a very random country. I could already tell like from the comment section like what's gonna be about. They'll be like, oh my God, like you like white women. I'm like, bro, like he just said, like his type. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be about color.
Yeah, for
but
sure, for
people
sure.
just always like try to have that like image about, okay, like Korean guys are like it has to be this, and if they say like otherwise, it's just I don't know.
Maybe people are just trying to they already have like a preconceived notion, so they're just finding reasons to stir up controversy or to find like a nitpick at something, even though they might not have said something or it might not even be true. Just kind of put it on them so that they can just kind of band together and like have like a common enemy, right? Yeah, yeah,
100%.
for sure.
yeah.
Damn, I hesitate to ask this question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Are you familiar with? I'm just gonna say two words, and you tell me if you know what they are. Haktua.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, that is-
I mean, it's been
wait,
trending.
hold on. You really don't know
I
what
don't.
Haktua
What's
is?
Haktua? Haktua?
You haven't seen the viral video?
Wow, we're about
Haktua?
to
Wow,
teach-
this is really. I'm just surprised that Jay doesn't know.
What's that?
Dumb, you can explain.
Wait, is that a Korean word or is that a
No,
Oh.
No. It's
or is that
No, it's just a viral video of a man on the street, the same style of interviews he does. This dude was on the streets of in America,
Nashville.
in Nashville, and you interviewed a girl, and she answered a question about what was the question?
It was like, what's something that you do that turns on a man or something to that effect?
And then she said, "You
Oh.
got to give him the old haktua,"
Oh, like spit?
implying spitting on
Oh,
his genitals. Yeah.
So
PP?
the reason I'm bringing
What
that
the
up,
fuck?
the reason I'm bringing that up is like we were just talking about it earlier. I mean, everyone's been talking about her, how she just became a viral sensation overnight. And if there's people that you've interviewed that have gotten bigger, you know, like, or for something they said,
Have had like a moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like you've
I've-
given a moment to somebody, or they gave a moment to you, and then use that to become more popular.
Oh, right. There are quite a few. I honestly, like, I really can't remember, but there are definitely like quite a few. Not like, of course, like to the Hawk Tour girl, the Hawk Tour girl, but yeah, there are quite a few.
Have you ever thought about? I mean, it's obviously kind of low hanging fruit content, but doing like the drunk man on the street, where you go to Hongdae at night when people are coming out of clubs.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually a good idea. But that sounds like Korean's gonna look so bad.
yeah, it's gonna look so bad. A lot
It's
of
the
legal
worst.
issues. But no, I never thought about it. And the reason why I said that's because like I don't drink, I don't go out.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's.
I mean,
about
I'm
it,
not
so
suggesting you do it. I was just
No, yeah, no, I know, but like I just
I'll
it never
go
comes to my mind.
go
yeah.
out there on behalf of a correspondent for you.
That'd be
yeah.
That'd be
I'm
amazing.
part of
but
the
yeah.
Cake Explorer team, sir. Did you two just meet at the club? Where are you guys going?
I mean, that's probably the most popular man on the street content now in America, especially after Haktua. Now everyone's just throwing mics in drunk girls' faces.
Yeah,
that's
so like
outside of
just
bars.
get that viral. But I think before like the Hawk Tour girl, I've always watched like a lot of Man on the Street American version like of just drunk people.
Yeah,
And not necessarily like drunk per se, but like just nightlife, type of thing. And I find it to be fun because like they just ask very like loose questions, and you just get like
and they're
some,
uninhibited because they're a little.
right. So
Yeah.
you get like some wild answers. I'm like, this is fun. I like it.
But I mean, other than entertainment, what does that really add?
It's just entertainment.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all
what
it
it
is.
is.
It's pure entertainment.
I think like the content that he does, it's a little bit more kind of gives you insight.
Yeah.
So it's a little
It'd be cool, like if you ask drunk people like serious questions, so like Biden or Trump. What do you think about their policies? They're just-
Oh my god!
Yeah,
So
nah.
the thing with America, it's more like that would fly because even if they reach out to the creator, like if the creator doesn't want to like take down the video, he doesn't have to take down the video. But like with Korea, it doesn't fly. Like when they're like a little bit tipsy, of course like they'll be down to like do anything for you. But then like when they wake up the next day, oh my god, can you take down the video? And you don't take down the video. Oh no, like they're gonna lodge a complaint to like YouTube Korea. So like take down it's a legal mess. Yeah,
I got you.
I did notice like more people out here in Korea have private Instagram pages. I think.
Really?
I think so.
Well, I think also because more people are, I mean, not just because the internet, it's very vocal on criticizing whatever, right? So I think especially a lot of people they want to, they're very conscious on like, yo, like I don't want people to come over and all of a sudden start like, criticizing me or start blasting hate on me for no reason, right? So I think that's probably why like a lot of people are a little bit more.
Well, I'll
private
get
on
like
social
approval
lives.
on like a private. I'll send like a friend request. I'll get approved, and I'll just see pictures of pastries, and I'm like, "This is what you were hiding from the world. This is what you were private about?
Yeah.
Cakes?
No,
Hey,
yeah.
you don't know what they do with them cakes.
I like this wasn't the cakes I was expecting. You know what I mean? No, but I do truly. I mean, I am more. I was very surprised actually just about the content in general because of the willingness of so many people to do these interviews.
Yeah, no, like Korea is just so like it's very open nowadays. Like with the young generations, like it's so open, and like it's just a shame that a lot of people like on the internet like just don't want to believe that, and they already have like a certain type of mindset that they don't want to change, which is honestly like really sad. Because I was like gone on the street and try to get like old. I mean, of course, like the older generation, like it's gonna be hard to like get them, but there's still like some really nice ones, that are willing to like talk about almost like anything, and just I don't know. Some people are just like, no, Koreans are just like closed. I'm like, of course, like there's some closed people and there's some open people.
Well, I've seen you also interview a lot of foreigners on the channel, and
That's interesting, really interesting, like hearing their experiences about, their perspective on living in Korea.
Yeah.
as a foreigner.
Has it overall been positive or?
Seems like it.
Yeah, I think so. But just like I said, it's more like that is not, like the goal I'm trying to go for. But then like the community that I've just built so far, although like a lot of people actually support the kind of content, but it's like you just have, like those certain type of people that just, like I said, they already have like the notion that it built like in their mind that no matter what you tell them, like it's not gonna change. It's like, okay, I don't bring color like into my video, but it's
Right.
okay. Let's say I interview like a random white girl. She could be from Europe, America. Like it doesn't matter. I asked her like, "How's your experience been in Korea so far?" Amazing. Like Jesus, everybody's like just so nice and blah blah blah. And then like you go to the comments, no, because you're white. That's why they like you. And it's like the top comments. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I've also had like nice experience. What are you on?
Has during these interviews you've done, I'm sure there's a lot of people's curiosity about your story and how good your Korean is too. Do you get that a lot? Just jumping into the interviews and afterwards, like they ask you about your story and background, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Apparently, but for me, I just for me, I literally like believe because before K Explorer, I was doing, of course, like other channels, like running other like YouTube pages. I wasn't really talking about myself, but I was just talking. I was just making videos. So of
Right.
course, like people were not really like interested in me as a person. It's more so, like the content. So I was like, okay, fine, sure, like let's change the strategy. So that was where like K Explorer, like started, and then I started shifting the attention to like other people. And then now people are like, interested in me. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do the same mistake that I did the other time. I'm going to I'm going to speak about my experience on other people's platform. Like it's not going to be on my platform. Yeah. So
Have you ever made like a love connection based on an interview?
Oh.
Have they asked for
Or
a
like
number?
Or I mean, I don't want to get into your business, but like
Yeah.
just lock eyes and
They're like, Mr. Man on the streets, let's take it to the sheets.
No, I've seen like what is the little man on the street interviews, and then they're like, "Can I get your number?"
Oh, yeah.
They're like,
those-
that type
Oh,
of-
right.
Yeah.
There is that
Yeah, yeah.
genre of content
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Oh, those. Yeah. No. Oof.
You're a well-behaved man on the street.
I try to be very professional, but like I have a partner. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 But there has been a girl who's hit on you or somebody who's hit on you like during an interview.
Yeah. I mean, you as a guy, of course, like you can tell, like yeah,
They're
so,
vibing.
Yeah. So like you leave it at that, type of thing.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should start those interviews as well.
Just to hit on girls. Can I
like-
get your number?
Yeah. They're like, where's this? What channel is this going to live? I'm like, there's no channel. There's absolutely no YouTube channel.
In fact, the camera's not even. We're just talking.
yeah. That's not even a camera you're looking at right there. That's
Wait, so John, like is this your first time in Korea? Like,
No. I've come to Korea every day. Does this look like my first time here? He's like, you sound like you've never been here. No, I've been here. I come like once or twice a year, every year for the last maybe 12 years or something like that.
why is that?
That's a good question. I got booked for a show here the first time I came here because I don't have much relatives here. So the first time I came here was actually for work. And I just made a lot of friends. I don't have family here, but I see Jay all the time. I see tons of other friends. And I don't know, I kind of did fall in love with the country just like anybody else, like a foreigner would.
It's got a lot better for foreigners. Like there's so many foreigners now. Like before it wasn't like this. There you can only see foreigners at E10 when now it's like you can see a lot of different foreigners from all over the world. And like fashion is booming, like
Oh, yeah, the
culinary culture is booming, entertainment is booming.
I've even seen that. You're right. Like E10 was the foreigner spot,
totally.
and now it's just anywhere.
Everywhere.
But do you find they're accepted? People are
for
accepting
sure,
of? Yeah.
for sure. I mean, obviously, way better than before because even even on TV, right? You see so many different foreigners from all over the world sharing their experiences speaking Korean. There's people like Jonathan, Yonadan, that are like nationally loved. He's like loved on a national level, right?
Right.
Like there's people that, even like Jerry, like he's outside and they just feel comfortable to talk to him, open up about their experiences, et cetera, et cetera.
So a
And-
black dude speaking in Korean is not impressive anymore.
no, not
no, it is not. No, it is not.
Not at all.
No,
bro.
it is not. Honestly, like yeah,
It's not. It's
it
like-
it is not.
No, it is still.
I mean,
nah.
Maybe to us, 'cause
to
we're
you
on the
guys, yeah,
stage.
but they're just the regular people. Like they probably seen some because they created so many different types of content and shows that are foreigner based.
Yeah.
Whether it be women or male, from all over the world, and they all speak very like good Korean. It might be slightly like the pronunciation might be different, but so now it's just like it's like 형말 되게 잘하네요. It's like 몇 년 사셨어요? As before, it would be like whoa, like, now it's not like that anymore. Yeah.
I see so like some of these interviews I see with like the foreigner girls,
Mhm.
and they just like talk shit about these dudes that are just like ghosting them.
Mm,
It seems
yeah,
as a lot
ghosting.
of these dudes like it's like they're running a scam or something, you know?
Like that, what is it? The Tinder swindler or something?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like they just want to like hook
Wait, so
up.
you're
or
saying
something.
foreigner women who come to
Foreign
Korea.
women who come to Korea, right? And
get
they
ghosted.
meet a dude, and they might like hook up and they get ghosted or something. But these dudes are just like
Yeah.
trying to. They're seeking out foreigner girls
Right.
specifically.
But,
That's like,
and vice versa, right?
yeah, that's true.
No,
Vice
but
versa.
honestly, like for me, I don't really like go out, but I have friends that tend to go out, and I always like ask them just to be able to like maybe get like a new idea on like maybe like the next topic to talk about. So I asked his friends, okay, like you have these girls, like because for me, like I don't usually like work with how do I say that again? I don't work with word of mouth. I rather like experience it myself.
Yeah.
I asked them, okay, like these foreign girls that everybody's talking about, like okay, like they come to Korea, like for the men and blah blah blah. Okay, I don't want to like put everyone like in the same bracket. Okay,
Right.
have you really seen that yourself?
Right.
And they're like, yeah, you literally like go to the clubs and you see like a certain type of girl, like literally like all up in this guy's business, usually like like Korean, and yeah, they're just like present themselves like so easy. And honestly, I feel like as a guy, like it doesn't even matter like which country you're from, or, like your nationality. It's more so if you see that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like if I'm single, not necessarily like taking an advantage of her per se, but like of course like naturally like glide towards that, because like as men naturally, the dating world, like it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spark a conversation with a girl and like boom,
Yeah.
it might
yeah.
work out, it might not work out. So I experienced that when I went out like on a night out. I saw like this certain girl, she was literally like all over this dude. I was like, wow, like it's and it made her look so easy. So
Mm.
now I understood why the guys are like, okay, you know what, like if it's that easy,
well,
yeah,
they're
I
taking
might as well
advantage
just-
of the thirst that the women have for Korean
I
dudes.
wouldn't necessarily say taking an advantage. Like, bro is just on his own. Like,
Yeah.
and you came. So I'm like, okay, I'm trying to vibe with you. Mind you, like these are two consenting adults.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Right, exactly. So I wouldn't call that taking advantage. It's
Mm.
like
Yeah.
you give me. It's like, okay, let's say like you give your like a girl your attention. Her accepting your attention, like, is that taking an advantage of you?
Mm.
Right.
Right.
It's just
But
they're making it easy.
I think it's just like any country, any club you go to.
Right, right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
There's guys that ghost girls in every country, or vice versa.
True.
But yeah, but they might just be particularly vocal about it because it's like a what is it, a fun topic, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun topic. So maybe that's why people kind of are more interested in it.
Right.
Do you feel like, Jerry, there's a topic that's taboo or that you don't ask about that because of one reason or another?
That's true. What was there any questions that people felt uncomfortable to answer?
Like,
S-
do you
so-
ask
yeah.
about? I haven't seen all of your content. Pardon my ignorance, but do you ask about sex and stuff? Right?
I did, and honestly, I don't think I've asked any question that people were like uncomfortable to ask. It was actually the opposite.
Mm.
I asked a question to the locals, and then like it's other countries' people that are like, "Why would you even ask this question?"
Well, what's like a sex question you would have asked?
Oh no, I did the video and it performed so good. I was
What was the
shocked.
question?
It was like, "What is the sex culture like in Korea?"
Oh, just that.
Just that's pretty
Mm,
broad. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But then like, that is the title of the video. But then like I went deep. Okay, now it's like, of course, I asked them like, "How do you have sex?" and all that. But
Yeah. What's your favorite position?
right, exactly. Like,
Yeah, I feel like that would be a question that's a little too forward out here.
right,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah, and honestly, like personally, I just wouldn't feel comfortable to like
Yeah.
ask that. But anyway, so I was like, okay, fine, sure. Like, what is the sex culture, like the one night stand culture, like in Korea? And yeah, like everybody was open to talking about it, and oh, okay, is sex education like thought about, like in Korea? And they were like, yes, and they were like, no. And although yes, they might teach it, it's like they teach it like in a very, like surface level way, not like
Yes.
really deep, and all that. So that was what the question was about, honestly. And people apparently like that. I was like, okay. Why do you care about like the sex culture in Korea though?
But you wouldn't be comfortable with take it even a one step further, like about, I don't know, what would be like a crazy question out here? I don't know.
Do you like anal?
Politics.
Anal,
I mean,
politics,
politics
yeah.
about the president.
You don't go into
about-
politics.
I don't even know anything about politics, honestly. And
yeah.
it's Korean. Like, have you tried reading Korean news? My Korean is not that.
Yeah.
Korean
No.
news,
Or
is
maybe like
insane.
celebrity scandals might be something that's kind of
Oh,
touchy.
no, I do that a lot actually.
I think anything politics, religion, like
Right.
yeah, that's all just kind of like you're just asking for, like just
Trouble.
trouble in the
Right.
comments. So it's
Yeah,
like, I mean, if you're trying to go down that route, yeah, but if not, then why?
yeah.
But yeah, politics in Korea, honestly, like, is not something that you want to. I'm a foreigner at the end of the day, like, if the government want to, like, kick me out, it's very easy. So,
I want to ask you, Jay, do you feel like you have a good grasp on what the Korean people on the streets are thinking, or
I mean, I don't know. For me, I just try to carry myself and treat other people like how I want to be treated. I don't think that everyone should have the same taste or opinion as me.
Yeah.
And I don't look down on anybody that has a different opinion or taste than me, So even though I have certain morals and standards, I try not to be judgmental and like, what is it? Have like a some type of preconceived notion on people. What if and it affects how I look at them or treat them, right?
right?
So as long as I carry myself with that, it doesn't really matter if I think just like the basic human level of respect.
Yeah.
And it just takes you a long way. And it even though you don't know much or like what they're into, it takes you a long way.
Very good media trained answer.
That was an excellent answer.
No, but I'm kidding.
It's
No, but for real, though, I mean,
with
for me, like I'm like for some reason, I'm like very problematic or controversial. But for me, like, I don't think it's warranted at all because I've had, I showed love to all different types of people. Like I never try to make it about. I don't even see color. I think it's what makes us unique. Like a culture or ethnicity or religion, what makes us unique, and it's actually meant to bring us together to share and to show love to each other instead of everybody's so focused on it and try to divide. Like, yo, only we should do this and you should do this and you should do and for me, it's like that type of stuff doesn't really make sense to me.
I agree with you. I think the whole the audience of the internet and netizens and all that and what they think is going on and the actual reality is so different. And I've seen it firsthand, right? Because
100%.
I'm friends with you or I'm friends with other artists and celebrities in the public eye. All of a sudden you see a quote unquote TikTok journalist putting images behind them and talking about this guy was with this person and now he's with that person and all that. And you just see flood of comments being like, yeah, like, oh, that's so messed up and this and that. But like me, I know what's going on, right? Like with the relationships that they're talking about. And it's completely false. So when you see that firsthand, you're just like, wow, anyone can distort the truth
100%.
and turn it into whatever they want. And everyone's just going to believe it.
100%.
It really truly works what they're doing because, people.
Oh,
fall for it.
100%. Because I mean, right now anybody could be a spokesperson for. I don't want to say they're journalists, but people believe in just anything, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like for me, I always kind of base things on real life and my interactions with people instead of just stuff on the internet, right?
Somebody told me some fake history, that happened with like in the 1800s and just throw out some specific dates. I'd be like, oh, that's interesting.
that was true.
I'm just saying, it's so easy to believe that, right? You're like, yeah, December 12th, 1972. This happened. I'd be like, yes, it happened. You knew the exact date.
As if you were there,
That's when Jesus walked on the moon.
First of all, I was talking about a different era after that, all right? Don't make me sound stupid, all right?
Oh, no, but here's a question for you, Jay. Like, why do people think we're problematic? I think I've seen that somewhere, but like I did not really like dive into it.
There's certain things where I'm a little bit more expressive, right? And so there's certain things online where if you do something, there's no room for explaining where you're coming from, right? It's just you automatically have to apologize. And for me, it's like, obviously, I've made mistakes. I've apologized for my mistakes. Some things that they try to pin on me aren't even true, like you said, you know, aren't even true, and they basically just some like something that someone else said. They said that I said it, and then it just kind of spread. And but for me, I'm just like, people believe it, and they don't do the due diligence to check my track record or to see what I'm about, and so I'm just like, what can I do? And so I just kind of embrace it. I embrace it, and it kind of became like a meme almost, right?
Right.
As where it's like, oh, Jay Park's problematic. Let's hate Jay Park. And then they started blaming me for stuff that like, let's say like, oh, I got bad grades. This is Jay Park's fault. Like that type of stuff.
Well, have you gotten criticized for anything problematic online or comments, anything about you?
Do you even read them all?
No, I do not. For my mental health, honestly. Yeah. Because I found out, I reading the comment, I get hurt easily on it. Not hurt per se, like I get mad easily. Yeah. So like I get really angry. I'm very petty. So yeah. So
let's talk. I
like
am this
King
King Petty. Oh yeah,
You seem like the very opposite of petty, bro. You seem like very just like zen, like peaceful.
You do seem
like,
very zen.
yeah.
I can't think of anything that could possibly be problematic.
No,
with
you could easily like hurt. Okay, for example, like there was just literally like today before I came here, I woke up today, I was supposed to like tag. I usually tag people like when I follow them or like when they like whenever like they're in my videos.
Yeah.
And there was this one creator, I wanted to tag her. Her tag was locked. I was like, looked my tag as well, and there was this, and people of course like mentioned her like in the comments. So I just used two words right now: mentioned and tag, because like those are Instagram words that I use. There was this random person that is following me apparently, and they're like, why didn't you tag her? Like, I don't know, all these interviewers nowadays, they don't tag people, they just use them. Like, bro, what are you on? I tend not to reply. So I was already mad at that. I was like, what is all this?
It was about
interviewers?
crediting that they had a problem.
But
with.
it's
Right.
like, but she locked her tag, so it's like someone's blaming him
Right.
for not tagging her.
Why
when
did
he's
she
like,
lock her tag?
I've seen this kind of anger online
But
too.
his
Yeah.
age is very short. At that
No, literally, no,
That's super
that is what like literally like gets me angry. That's why I'm
Let's
saying I'm
not
petty.
get Jerry angry. Why are you?
I don't want to see an angry Jerry, bro. Yeah.
Jerry's like, how much do you hate Dumbfounded? Me too. Next man on the street.
But yeah, so like those are the things that actually like, get me petty. So
Oh.
yeah.
No, I want to know about Nigeria, bro. Like,
I
that's-
wanted to ask you about Nigeria, honest. I wanted to ask all of you about Nigeria.
Have you toured Africa?
Me,
yeah,
no.
No.
But bro, like Nigeria is somewhere I want to go because right now, like, just the music there is popping.
Yes.
Like people like what is it, like Israel Adesanya is popping. There's a lot of like notable figures from Nigeria
Yeah.
that are significant.
I feel like
to
they're
the,
having a moment.
they're
culturally,
significant
too.
to the
Yeah.
culture. So I'm like, yo, what's going on in Nigeria? It sounds super dope.
I mean,
He wanted to get out of there.
Jerry's like, maybe I should go back. It's popping over there.
no, I think I still like where I am, but I'm happy for them that they're popping, and it's a great thing, you actually like said that. But if there's any artist like you'd like to, maybe I don't know, collaborate, like who would it be? Like any Afrobeat?
Is Thames from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Thames is like the
Yes.
best.
Yeah.
Like I love her voice.
No way.
I love her voice.
Yeah.
Wizkid is super dope.
You know Wizkid?
Of course.
How do you know Wizkid?
Come on.
I don't need
Burna?
no other body. I love that song. That's like my favorite song. No man. That's my favorite
That
song.
sounded Nigerian to me.
Oh man.
That's a Nigerian if I ever heard one.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
like I literally just got to experience like Japar's voice like live. That's beautiful.
Nah,
you have a
nah.
beautiful voice.
No, but how often do you go back?
Not that often. So like in 6 years, I went back. No, in 7 years, I went back just once, and that was
Really?
like last year.
Oh wow.
Mm.
I mean, honest for me, like I'm a very cold person, I would say. So it's like I just like I said earlier on, like I wanted to leave the country
Yeah.
just because like it was my dream.
Okay.
I left the country. Why should I go back?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was, so are you planning to stay here for a while?
If the government allows me, I'm gonna probably die here.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
So
it-
you fell in love with the country.
I mean, there is nothing to. Yeah, a
Not
lot of
like-
things to. Yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna be K exploring every crevice of this country.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably not. I think I should start looking for a job like at Samsung.
Explore in Gwangju,
Yeah.
all these different provinces.
There's gonna be a point where you're just like, I've explored everything.
Yeah, at this point, it's like,
there's
okay, you know what,
nothing
let's
else.
Do any of the K-pop acts go through Africa yet?
No, that is something I actually want to ask to Jay because, like, I see a lot of comments about because, like, when it comes to like Korean culture right now, a lot of it, like, it's in Africa. So a lot of Nigerians, oh my god, they love like Korean dramas and all that. So, and I always
Really?
say, oh, they do.
I didn't know that.
It's crazy.
That's fire.
I know.
I need to get myself into drama.
Wait, so if a K-pop group or an artist went to Nigeria to perform, it would be a big deal.
Yeah. So I get asked like that comments, or I see that comments a lot. Like, why do these Korean arts never go to Africa?
It's not easy, because it's like you can't expect every country to just have that same infrastructure to
100%,
bring whoever
100%.
into the country, right? But like maybe this could be a K Explorer Productions, I don't know.
I mean, you were really gassing me up right now, but I think I'll probably like not do that. I'll just leave that to
well,
maybe.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you're curious, sometimes it just takes that one
No.
person to bring that thing,
No,
No,
which
for
is
sure.
actually very true. But I feel like
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of logistics, and I'm very lazy to do that. I'm going to hand that like on that person.
Well, so the crazy thing is, so they did like a survey. Like I think the government did a survey of what artists do they want to see most in each, like K-pop artists in each specific country.
Yeah.
And so like it's like top 10 only. So there's like BTS members, there's IU, there's GD, there's and like I don't come up in any country. The only country that I'm top 10 in is South Africa.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on in South Africa? It's like, oh damn, they like Jay Park. So I definitely want to, go out to Africa and also not even that. It's just I always wanted to experience the culture out there, and maybe even like visit like the safari because I'm super into animals. So I definitely want to go out there, and even if it's not for a show, just to experience culture.
That's
That'd
on
be
my
beautiful.
list, y'all. I'd love to go to Africa.
Facts.
Oh, you haven't been to Africa?
I've never been.
I thought you've been to Africa. You look very well traveled. I'm just kidding.
What made you think I'm very well traveled, though?
I mean, you're dumbfounded.
It's
I
like you
don't
look
know.
like you've roughed it through some terrain.
your hair right now, you went through some tornadoes. And shit.
Your head looks like it's been sticking out of a speeding car across the country.
What if
No,
Dumb
but-
goes to Nigeria and does man on the street content?
Dude, that'd be fire.
Here's the thing. So I talked about this earlier. I can't do man on the street
Oh, yeah.
content.
Why?
I'm very shy.
No, you're not.
No. This right here, I like doing this. I can crack jokes, come into the studio, it's all organized. I cannot go up to people and ask questions.
Really?
Yeah, because it makes me feel like I'm inconveniencing people. And something and I don't know
so
why.
nice.
I've always like kind of cared too much about like
It's fear of rejection.
disturbing the peace in a way. I know it's a weird thing because when people know me and who I am, they might not assume that, right? Because I say crazy stuff, but I can't walk up to people like I'm too shy.
Oh, bro, I can do man on the street all day.
That's what I'm saying. I can't do that.
You do that shit
I
so easily, bro.
cannot. I get hired for stuff like that all the time. Like, brands will hire me to do stuff and interview random people.
Excuse me.
Oh, they're out.
No. Once they set it up and get me in there,
Yeah.
I'll kill it.
Yeah.
But if I have to like stop you and stuff, like I
okay.
couldn't do it.
What do you exactly say? Do you just like tap
Yeah. What's your
or
move?
make eye
I'm curious.
contact? Yeah, what's the move?
Oh man, okay. Nowadays though, like I don't stop people that much because like I have a spotter, so like he
Oh.
also like helps me with like with filming,
Yeah.
and he's very like good. But
Yeah.
usually,
What's he like? What's his personality like? Is he like
he's from Europe. He's white, and he's just very bubbly.
Oh,
He has
okay.
blue eyes. He's good looking.
And you
let's just
pick
say that.
and you look at how people are dressed and like
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I know the kind of people I actually like want. But if I'm to walk up to like anybody, I'm like, oh, hey, hi. I'm making, like a very little interview. 2 minutes because, Koreans are very poppin' shit, type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, just 2 minutes and
Yeah.
that's it. And they were like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, no problem. I'll
so
do it.
if they're dressed like trash, you're not stopping them.
Not really per se.
Is that why
though.
I've
It's-
never been stopped for a man on the street interview?
Delma
or-
just walks back and forth, just looking at you like,
I'm like,
Yeah,
hello. I'm right in front of him.
And
He's
he's
like, I
like,
can't
yes.
find anyone who's just.
No, but usually people that are dressed more comfortably
Yeah.
are more likely not to do the interview because, like, they're dressed comfortably. So, they don't want to be talked to.
right,
compared
they're
to,
just
like,
going to
someone
the
that looks-
store or something.
thing.
Right. You know, so that's just the way I
I
say.
see.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't
these are things
discriminate.
you've kind of probably learned along the way, right? Seeing what works and what doesn't.
Right.
Man
Yeah.
on the street.
You know, you literally like said like you'd be open to like, you know, doing like man on the street.
Yeah, because I'm just like, yo, if I get rejected, it's like, oh, on to the next.
Why would anybody reject? Like, so why would anybody?
People know you here, though.
Exactly.
That's not, you're not going to be slick.
Yeah,
bro.
exactly. It's like
He just puts on one fedora. It's like, hey, I'm
I
not
was
Jay
like,
Park.
oh, like Jay Park. Word has spread like across town, like he's there.
No,
so it's
even
like,
even if it was in the States, I would definitely do like man on the street that type shit if I had to. I actually like, sparking conversation. Like I don't just do it for fun, but if there's a reason to do it, and there's a reason to do it, I actually like asking questions and learning things about people that I usually wouldn't talk to.
right.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
that content
yeah.
is really going crazy now. Like, how much do you make?
How much you make?
How much is your rent? What's your outfit? Like,
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
yeah,
is
for
just-
sure.
And
Those- yeah.
especially in countries you're not familiar with what's going on. That's why the Korea stuff like caught my interest.
Oh,
You
for
know,
sure,
I was
for
like,
sure.
oh, this is so interesting to see what
A
modern day
Nigerian
Korea is.
dude speaking Korean to just
That
random
adds
people in the
another
street. Yeah,
element.
it's
and
like,
he's a good-looking dude who
And he's
dresses
dressed
well,
fine.
serving face. You know what I mean? He's over there, bro,
All right,
killing it.
let's take it down a notch.
All right,
Yeah. No, thank you very
No, I'm
much.
just
I
kidding.
appreciate you, man.
Do you feel like, not to put a negative spin on it, but I was just saying, like, my algorithm and timeline is filled with men on the street stuff. Do you feel like it's getting a little saturated or oversaturated, I guess? And do you feel like you're going to have to innovate or do something different to stand out?
Yeah, for me,
Moving
other than
forward.
standing out, it's more so, like just really not doing something different, but like just, I don't know, trying out like new series. Because I recently found out that, I don't know, Mr. Beast actually apparently has like 7 series.
okay.
I thought that all his videos were the same. No, he has 7 series. Like that is crazy recently. But anyway, so I'm just trying to like, branch out, so like do other things. So in terms of
Like
how much
what-
you pay for
what-
rent in Seoul
Oh, right.
and how much you pay for rent in Seoul and also like a day in the life of a K-pop art or like anybody like working like at a maybe coffee shop, just interesting jobs, like a
Yeah.
day in the life of those people. Like that's
What do you do for a
I've been
living?
trying to- Yeah.
무슨 일 하죠?
Yeah, 무슨 일 하세요? So like those are the type of things I'm actually like trying to branch into.
Dope.
Like, are you going to try to build a team?
I feel like it just being me and my
Yeah.
guy, that's just about it. I feel like that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get you.
it's just no matter how big and like the channel gets or like whatever, I feel like just both of us we're fine.
Yeah.
Just-
Content with the team and how you guys are doing things operating.
they're just yeah.
It's great because you can kind of, it's endless material, really.
It really
Oh,
is.
for sure.
You know,
And it's entertaining. I mean, maybe it'll never get oversaturated because it's fun to
Well,
hear.
because there's always going to be, it's not like a shortage of guests
Yeah.
and answers,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has different, even if it's similar, it's like it's all going to be a little different, right? So
Totally.
yeah.
No, which is actually Richard. What is a day in the life like of Jay Park though?
I mean, it depends,
the
bro.
Fun with Dumb podcast.
OnlyFans.
No, for sure. I mean, I do have a lot of meetings, just because I founded and run More Vision, and we have it's been 2.5 years, and we have 36 employees now, and we have I think 12 trainees that are in the process of trying to debut as a idol, and then we have one Soju, which we are constantly trying to, I guess, figure out where we stand in like the liquor game.
Mm.
And it's hard. And then also I'm doing my artist thing. I have to make music. I have to do interviews. I have to be entertaining and try to maintain my spot, right? And so yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
I can see that, yeah.
you know, just to kind of ask on top of that, because you're talking about, you just said maintain your spot.
Yeah.
With all these positions that you have right now, that you are CEO of your own record label, the founder of a liquor company.
Yeah.
How important is it for you to still maintain the spot?
Well, it's not liquor. It's spirits.
Spirits, yeah,
Spirits company. Okay. And then also it is very important.
It seems like you
because-
care still. You do
Of
care.
course. Well,
Yeah.
because me maintaining my influence and my spot and my, I guess, popularity or notoriety,
yeah.
it influences all the businesses that I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
because
so
you care about the music.
I care
And
about the
That's
music,
important to you.
and also
Yeah.
it's like I have to be someone to influence so that later on we can do those deals with whoever it may be, right? Because I'm still a very big part of the package when they work with One Soju, when they work with artists from More Vision or our future artists. I'm a very big part of how that deal gets
Sure,
structured,
yeah.
right? So it's like, yeah, okay. If I go and say, "Yo, can we get him on the show?" I was like, "Yeah, but you have to come on the show as well, right?" As where if
But it's such a unique circumstance where you're like, yeah, I'm the CEO of these things, but I got to make sure I got to get my bars off.
Facts.
Like, it's just like,
it's true, bro.
it's
true.
unique. It's a unique situation. But I know how you feel,
Yeah.
because it's like, those are our roots.
Oh.
Those are where we started from.
No,
so,
that type of shit's just fun for me, right? Like
Yeah.
that's still like the passion, like the what is it? Like the innocence, right? Just wanting to battle or like just rapping for fun or whatever it may be. Yeah, that's the type of shit that's just fun, bro.
We were just talking about it the other day. The first song, "Clouds," that you guys did
Oh, yeah,
together.
yeah.
That was like 16 years ago.
15 years ago, yeah.
that is crazy.
No, for sure. And that was like, we just met super organically and then just, in his crib, like super
my crib.
Tom
with
was
no-
like, "This guy's hella popular."
No, he came through, and this was an apartment that I had roaches crawling around
Bro.
everywhere.
God,
It was.
I was like, "You live here?" I just like
Yeah. No, it was grimy. It really was grimy. But I mean, that speaks volumes about your character. You came through this small, tiny apartment.
bro, I don't
You left dirtier than you stepped in.
That was cool. Clara, I don't even know who I pulled up with. Who did I even pull up with?
You probably a friend or something,
Yeah,
right?
maybe like Cha Cha or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you said 15 years ago.
15
How
years
do you even look like you were like what? Like we're the same age?
How old are you?
27.
27? So
Yeah.
I'm 10 years older than you.
Jesus,
You guys both
That is
got incredible
ridiculous.
skin, I gotta say.
I wanted to ask that. Like, do you have any secrets to that?
I don't. To be
Hey,
honest, I don't.
Take
I,
this on your own time, all right?
I don't. I think it's just drinking a lot of water, and then I try to eat things for my health, like ginger, turmeric, garlic, manuka honey, etc., etc. So
Okay, you definitely taking
Manuka
like a
honey.
little supplement.
What's that?
no, for sure, manuka honey. It's from New Zealand, so it's like a very rich honey. It's expensive though. It's
You
like,
eat it just raw or like
yeah, you eat it raw. It tastes very different than like maple syrup.
No, I'm copping. I've been serious about getting my skin, better and working on that.
So anything that's good for your immune system is good for your skin. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
very true.
maybe where it goes.
Hence, that is why you look very young.
Maybe.
No,
What-
we look the same age. I promise you.
What's your skin regimen like, Jerry?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
How many steps we talking?
oh, like 16. Honestly, like No, I'm just kidding. But I have I use like a serum, toner. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Serum, toner, those are big words.
Yeah,
you know
facts.
what I'm saying? I've been through the 12-step program, and I'm not talking about AA, baby. I'm going crazy.
No, but yeah, for skincare, it is what it is. And for you, Johnny, like, do you have any skincare going on? Donnie.
oh, we're going around the table now.
Yeah.
No, nothing out of the ordinary. But I would say, yeah, I mean, no, nothing out of the ordinary.
Oh, okay, that's what yeah. Very manly man,
Baby embryo, something. I don't know. Who knows?
I thought we were gonna do a role play of.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so
let's do it. Yes,
we didn't want to
yes.
do a role play.
Should we stand and like?
No,
pretend?
no, no. We could just do it here. I just wanted to get it's a feeling of you approaching, and I'm just a person shopping, going to Olive Young. I'm going out.
your shirt.
No, I'm not doing anything. And I'm gonna answer in Korean. Just think of a question you might ask
Yeah.
a person on the street.
Okay, so I'll be the spotter.
Oh, okay, that would be
Yeah.
well. Thank you.
So I'm in Hongdae. 야. 나 스킨케어 좀 해야 되는데.
저기 형님.
에?
혹시-
잠깐. 왜 그래요?
아닙니다. 그냥 닮은 사람이에요. 예.
너
닮은 사람. 아닙니다.
재범
아니, 전
아니에요?
아닙니다. 전
네. 어떻게
저는 그냥
도와줄까?
혹시 우리 지금 인터뷰를 하려고 하는데 잠깐 시간만 내줄 수 있을까요?
뭐 이상한 거 파르는 거예요?
이상한 파는 거 아닙니다. 일단 2분만 내주시면
네네.
이분.
네, 카메라 이쪽으로.
네네 여기 이쪽으로 오시면 여기 이제 제리라고
누구예요, 이상?
제리가 우리 인터뷰예요.
제리?
아니,
제리.
제리.
안녕하세요.
네, 안녕하세요.
아,
한국말 한국말 하네요?
뭐 조금 네.
잘생겼.
잘생겼어요.
네, 네.
감사합니다.
아, 네.
네. 혹시 오늘 어디 가는 길이었어요?
지금 올리브영으로 나 저기 조금 피부를 조금 더 건강하게. 네.
그래요? 네. 혹시 그럼 한국 미의 기준이 어떻게 생각하고 계신가요?
한국 뭐요?
미의 기준. 미의 기준, 미의 기준.
미의 기준?
Yeah.
What's that?
What? I can't be the only one that knows that.
미의 기준이 뭐지? 현수야.
이 사람 한국말 해요?
아름다움의 기준. 그러니까
Beauty
이쁜
standards.
거의 기준. Beauty standards. 미의 기준. 오케이.
이 사람 무슨 말 하는 거예요?
그게 약간 한자지.
맞죠. 아름다움을
미. 한자라서 난 몰랐어. So that's like beauty standards. Like what's
내가 뭐를 찾으라고요? 그 여자분.
그러니까 이쁜 기준이 뭐냐?
네, 이쁜 기준.
아,
네, 한국에서
어.
yeah, the beauty standards in Korea.
그냥
Bro, we look so dumb right now. He knows like more words than us and shit. It's like, oh my
Backed
lord.
away from the mic.
나는 조금 저기 영어로 뭐지? imperfection 있으면 좋아요. 조금 특이한 imperfection, freckle. 조그만
되게-
freckle 있고 조금 신기한 어쨌든
그래요?
네 이상한 거
Freckles 죽은 깨.
네
죽은 깨.
죽은 깨도 있어. 네 사른 깨 죽은 깨 둘 다 있고 내가 아무거나 그런 거 있으면 좀 좋아요.
정말요?
나는 너무 깨끗하고 막 퍼펙트한 거는 조금 좋아하지 않아요.
예, 그거, 네, 제가 물어봤던 질문은 그 한국 미의 기준, 본인의 미의 기준 아니고, 좋아하는 미의 기준 아니고, 한국 미의 기준이 뭐라고 생각하시나요?
What do you think
Koreans
Koreans consider?
한국 분들은 한국 분들은 다 코 같은 것도 이쁜 코들 좋아하는 것 같은데 나는 코를 이쁘지 않아도 돼요.
지금 2분 지나서 우리 이제 다음 분을 해야 될 것 같아요. 네, 감사합니다.
잠깐만. 나 지금 그냥 연습하고 있었어요. 네. 알았어요.
네네네네,
왜 이렇게 나한테 어려운 질문을
아니,
물어보세요? 좀 쉬운 거를 주지.
You just want to make us look dumb.
No, literally, this is how I conduct my interviews. Like I go straight.
It's crazy because obviously I was stuttering and all that stuff. A lot of the answers that I've seen on your thing, people are really good at answering a lot of these questions.
They are.
It seems like it, right?
I mean, it's more like they know about it. It's like I wouldn't come up to him like, okay, like what do you think about I don't know the current
Right.
president?
You're not trying to stump people.
right.
You know,
It's-
so
it's more
So, like when you go out and you interview, you have like a session. How many people are you interviewing in like one session?
no, usually about six,
Six?
five,
Not that
six,
many.
yeah.
I thought it would be like 20, and then out of the 20, you'd use like 3 or 4 good answers.
Oh no! I
Oh,
use
like six?
everyone's.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
really?
Because like I asked like I don't know 50 people, so it's like rejection.
Oh,
so
okay,
those
okay.
6 people are like the people that are like, oh yeah, sure.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What I do like is that everyone sounds like they're giving an honest answer. Because some people, say answers that don't put Korean people in a good light either all the time.
No, for
you
sure.
know?
But it's because they have no time for preparation, right?
Right.
Oh,
right,
you
right,
gotta
right,
catch them off
exactly.
guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's that man on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
it's like
see.
you just have to come up with something good. Like I don't want to get canceled, type of thing.
It's like,
so.
빨리.
It's like, Pali, but you are really good at stopping people. Look at you.
Oh, no.
I
I think we got a collaboration coming over here, man.
I mean,
I'll
no,
be his spotter.
no, no, seriously, yeah, that is just the way I go about like my interviews every other day. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So
we're looking forward to more of your content.
man.
Well, I forgot to introduce you from the beginning. I gotta say, this is my boy Donnie. I'm traveling with Donnie. He's my big bro, journalist, writer. We're working on some stuff together. But that's the end of the show.
That's a good sign off.
I gotta say, Jay, thank you always for coming on the show. Not even just as a guest, but I like to have Jay even as a co-host because he's just a good all-around host, performer,
Legend.
Appreciate you.
willing
guys.
to share honest thoughts. He's never filtered. I don't have to go through a label to get clearance from this guy because he is the label.
That is different. Like when you're your own
That's
boss,
different.
bro. Like it's
He's his own boss.
It's
Which
a
is
lot of work.
amazing.
I just gotta ask his mom for the
I do.
clearance. That's
I
it.
do.
She's the only one.
Ma, 혹시
That's
Jerry, check out his content. If you guys weren't familiar about everything we're talking about, check out K Explorer on what's the IG handle?
K Explorer 1,
And then on YouTube,
K Explorer, just K Explorer everywhere.
K Explorer, very straightforward, a fantastic look into
Really
Korean
good,
culture.
really good content.
Very
Honestly, you should check it out.
Very good content. And
Appreciate
Jay,
you
you have a
guys.
new album dropping.
No, so I just recently came out with McNasty, and we're coming out the remix soon. And then I have a fan meeting in August. 3 shows or 3 fan meets all sold out in like 2 minutes.
Damn.
And then we have an R&B album coming out.
What does
so,
the
in October.
fan meet entail? What do we get?
So my first fan meeting in 11 years. So it entails just games. So I've usually just in festivals and shows, right, where I just perform. It's not really that much communication or engagement with the fans. So that now it's like there's merchandise that they can buy, or there's certain things where we play games, and there's certain things where I'm performing songs that I usually wouldn't perform at a festival, like more ballad, more kind of R&B, soft type songs.
At the
So
fan meet, will you be getting McNasty?
I won't.
No,
and
No
that's-
Chris Brown.
So that's the
No
thing.
Chris Brown meet
So
and
that's the
greets?
thing. So it's a little bit more wholesome. It's a little bit more wholesome.
They're canceling their tickets now.
It's a little bit more wholesome, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, Jay, one of my favorite people in Korea.
Appreciate you.
Jerry, nice to meet you. Love
Nice to meet
all
you,
the
man.
content you're doing. Thanks to Donnie Kwok.
Appreciate it.
I'm dumbfounded. Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb, y'all. Peace.
Peace.